right. Let's see here.
Oh my!
The creature is driven
Wow.
by rage
That is exactly.
and pursued by
They knew. They knew the show was going to react like this, so they're bringing characters into it to make you confront it.
Females, am I right?
This is the stupidest thing I've ever listened to, but this is what people are writing online. This is how people think and rationalize.
Must first transform back to Jennifer.
Why?
Why?
You are very expensive.
Oh, sure.
But the visual effects team has moved on to another project.
That's also true. We knew that happened.
Landing screen that we're watching right now.
Yeah, and we were like,
right now on
what's
Disney
happened?
Plus, she appeared in it and she went down and went into the next box, a next tab.
In every space, it was about, do I mask? Do I unmask? Do I show my real self? Do I not?
So I already identified that this show isn't really for me, but I'm still able to enjoy it and appreciate what it's trying to do.
Say that as an autistic woman, where I place logic high, it's very important to me, but emotion comes first.
Yeah.
It does, it always, and we process it and add our logic afterwards.
A lot of misogyny at play here. And we are going to talk the damn thing today.
Yes.
Understand that.
So the first time I watched Patrice O'Neill, you think I was like, what is this guy saying?
That'll do.
Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. It is me, Chosen Wisdom, and I'm joined here by the beautiful and talented Divergent Kel. Today's topic, the topic of today is She-Hulk, baby. She-Hulk. We are going to react to the last episode, the finale of the series, a series that we have enjoyed.
Yes.
Not only are we going to react to this, we are going to talk about the series, what we liked, what we didn't like. This series has had a lot of controversy, a lot of negativity that personally we do not understand. We do not agree. It has been enjoyable.
Yes.
So we're going to break it down and we are going to talk about this today.
Yes.
All right. And of course, as I've mentioned, we're also going to react to the finale. Before all of that happens, as usual, smash the like, turn on the notifications, and if you haven't yet subscribed, you're missing out. We're not boring. We're exciting here. We do like to critically think and analyze what we are watching.
Yes, indeed.
Not just talk a load of There's a lot of misogyny. A lot of misogyny at play here. And we are going to talk the damn thing today.
Yes.
Understand that. So yeah, let's get into it. How are you feeling today?
I'm excited. I'm ready to see this finale. I want to know how it's going to end. It's been a fun ride. We've had 8 episodes so far. We've had a multitude of character introductions and reintroductions. Wongers, Madison with a Y, not in the place you think. Nikki. There's so many interesting people that have been in this show.
We saw Daredevil.
Abomination.
Of course, we've seen the Hulk. It's been a very different series than a lot of people are used to.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's thrown people out a little bit as well. It's so fresh and different.
Yeah.
A lot of people who want something different, in reality, they want the same.
Yeah.
And when they're presented with something so different, it's outside their comfort zone.
Yeah.
They don't feel comfortable. But we are going to get into that.
Yeah, we will.
We're going to talk about that today.
We will.
Right?
So you got to stick around after if you want to find out our deeper thoughts on that. We are going to be a bit controversial and we might say some things that you don't like or agree with, but we welcome you to comment and share your opinions. Just keep it respectful. You can say what you want to say. You can say you didn't like it. I've seen the 1-star reviews. I get it. But we're hoping that we're going to get you to think a little bit differently after we share our thoughts. So stick with us.
There you go. So far, before we react, I want to say I've enjoyed the series. I don't think this show was written for someone like me. And the thing is, I can see that and I can watch something that I don't think is designed for me, but still enjoy it.
Yeah.
Still appreciate it. Still appreciate how different it is, how unique it is, and how refreshing it is. Despite the fact that the main character is female.
Yeah.
Or the main character doesn't speak to my, I don't know, the way I see the world, or maybe I can't relate as much to that character. It doesn't matter. I'm there to watch. I'm there to learn. I'm there to observe. I'm there to experience something different.
Yeah.
And that's for me what I've taken. Not just what I've taken, but a little bit of what I've taken from the series. So,
and that's a really interesting perspective. And actually, maybe I will say that clearly the show is written or geared towards women or females, people who identify as female. And I think it's been very interesting. It's shown a multitude of people who identify as women and a multitude of people who identify as men. There's been polarizing characters. There's been people who are a bit mean, people who are a bit evil on both sides, male and female. So that's what I'm going to get into. That's how I've seen it. And that's what I'm going to get a bit more into after the show.
Yeah. We've had Abomination. We've had bad guys that are good in this series.
Yeah, they've worked on themselves.
Yeah, Daredevil is good. We have the Hulk. We've had good female characters. And we've had, obviously, Villain.
Yeah.
Bad female characters. Titania. So the series covers so much.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of why some people are annoyed, especially the men here, and I'm a man myself, is that it holds up a mirror. I think this show holds up a mirror to a lot of the things that men do, a lot of the ways that men think, the ways that men act. And it makes a lot of men feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When you hold up a mirror to anybody, it just makes you feel uncomfortable. And you focus on the one thing you don't like.
Yeah.
And you hate the whole thing because there's one thing you don't like because it makes you feel uncomfortable. We're human beings and we're led by emotion, led by feelings first and foremost. Even though, or even when we believe we're being logical, we are emotional beings.
Yeah.
First and foremost, always.
And I say that as an autistic woman where I place logic high. It's very important to me, but emotion comes first.
Yeah.
It does, it always, and we process it and add our logic afterwards.
There you go. And I like to say that a lot of times when we think we're being logical, all we're doing is being emotional and trying to apply logic to define or describe, or let us know why the way we feel the way we feel.
Yeah.
How about the way we feel is not, or we shouldn't feel the way we feel. How about the anger you have, the fear you have, is coming from a place where you shouldn't feel that.
Yeah.
So how about you apply the logic and say, hold on a second, why is this making me angry? Why do I feel annoyed about this?
Yeah.
When at the same time I'm watching shows that include decapitation. If you're watching Game of Thrones, right,
House of Dragons is not censored at all.
You're seeing the most amount of INCEST and all these things, and people are fine with that.
Yeah.
But watch a series that has, that centers a female and female problems, female issues.
We got 99 problems too.
You don't like it, you feel uncomfortable. We're going to talk about this and we're going to break this shit down.
And we welcome you to join us. Join in, leave your comments. I know some of you are going to leave your comments. Go for it. Go for it. Even if you're going to be misogynistic, just be respectful with it. See if you can do that. See if you can be respectful with your misogyny in the comments. I challenge you on that. And also, we need to understand that misogyny is not just a male problem. Exactly. Women internalize that stuff. Yes, we do. Like, if the world is male dominated, all the leaders are male. It's a male dominated world, right? Despite what the red pillars want to talk about, right? It is. So as a woman, you have internalized misogyny. Yeah, of course we do. Because the rhetoric is usually from a man. Typically, yeah. Typically. So you have to internalize that. And we do. And we have to work through it. And for the women I've seen who've been commenting as well, saying why is it all men are bad? No, that is not the theme of this show. I don't know where you're getting that from. You're literally focusing on one tiny snapshot of it and saying, this show is showing that all people have misused power, all kinds of people, men and women, as you see Titania does. She tries to commercialize and commodify another woman and make profit off of her. Yep. Do you see? And there was another woman that was shape-shifting, pretending to be Megan Thee Stallion, defrauding men out of money. Yep. There are not just bad men in the show. There's also bad women who have done not good stuff. Yes, yes. And so let's hold on to that too, okay? Great. People choose to focus on what they don't like. That's what it is. The show shows a lot. Yeah. It shows a lot. So, yeah. I mean, look at this perspective. How many women are out there in America right now? They agree. Got rid of. Made illegal, not allowed access. There's a lot of women who agree. For me, a lot of the reason why that is internalized misogyny. Yeah, I agree. As a woman, you've internalized it and you agree with
what the men are saying for what reason. We're going to talk about this stuff. But yeah, we said enough for this intro. We are going to react to it right now.
Yep.
What do you think is going to happen? Because at the end of the last episode, she got angry and she lost her control. She lost her temper. And I'll be very interested to see what people think. Because, you know, men, we're quick to say women are emotional. Women are, you know, women can't be leaders because they have periods.
Yeah.
You know, all the things we used to say as, you know, when we were young, all this misogynistic lies about women. So I'll be interested to see, you know, how people think about her losing control.
Yes.
As opposed to when, you know, Bruce loses control. It's, you know, is it fine when Bruce loses control and gets angry? But when she loses control and gets angry, it's different because she's a woman.
Yeah.
All of these things that people will be internalizing and then projecting and going online and be like, oh, I hate the show because she got angry. Like, I just don't get some of that stuff.
You made an excellent point about whoever the Hulk King is, an intelligentsia, they represent a lot of the voices of the people out there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There is a clear sort of pattern. There's a clear mirroring of that man, the Hulk King, with all the internet warriors out there who are hating the show. You know, he was like, she's a slut. He's trying to slut shame her and all these things. And that just sounds like a cis male. That sounds like a red pillar. He's supposed to represent a lot of you who'll be watching this video who will hate the show. What you're seeing in that Hulk King is you. You are the Hulk King.
Potentially, yeah.
That's basically who you are, potentially.
Creates a space for you to feel represented too. So technically, you've even got your own representation on this show.
Yeah, I think people are struggling with this. You know, people will go and watch The Joker, watch Batman, watch loads of psychopathic males and absolutely love the character.
Yeah, and give space to the characters. Like, oh, they're so complex.
So
they're
complex.
Not just one thing.
And absolutely love it. And I think reason why, because it reflects a lot of men. A lot of men see themselves in those characters. And when you're watching this show with this woman, you have 100 things that are wrong. You want to complain about a million things because you just feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, and it just speaks to a lot of people. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
I hope don't skip through. Make sure you listen to what we have to say.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
No, but we recognise that some of what you say, I say you won't agree with. It might be triggering, but it's okay. Like, this is a space where we're trying to challenge ourselves to be different, to think differently.
Yeah.
So you might even change some of our minds about stuff.
For sure.
But let's have some conversations about it. Leave your comments.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. A lot of our regular commentators will challenge us on what we've said. Absolutely fine. Challenge us on what we said. But it's good to have these conversations because most people are saying one thing about the show. We're not most people. We're not polarized. We're not black or white. We're nuanced.
Yeah.
We're grey, baby.
Join us. Come into the grey.
Yeah. Don't get it twisted. This show wasn't perfect.
No.
There's a lot about the show that I don't like. You know, I wish we did spend more time on her backstory because we don't know anything about her still.
True.
Nothing. And I think that's why they use the fourth wall. So we can connect with her quicker.
Yes.
What's going to happen in this finale?
I think there is going to be a comeuppance. They're going to hold her up as an example, but it'll be interesting how they do so. Because Emil makes a comment in an early episode that, why did Bruce Banner get celebrated as a hero, but I did something very similar and I'm in prison? I wonder how it's going to be for her. Like, which way are they going to go? I think they're going to deal with her quite harshly, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah, they could do that. I think this show opens, I don't think it opens a lot of people's, well, hopefully it opens a lot of eyes, a lot of male eyes, because that's who I see who have the most problems with this show. The Marvel fans who are used to certain heroes, certain characters being a certain way, or certain shows. This show is just different. It's refreshing. The comedy is different.
Yeah.
The comedic style is different.
Yeah,
everything
even look
is
at
different.
Matt Murdock's character, how he is. He's more like aligned with the comic book style of Daredevil.
Let's go, guys. Let's start this. We are ready in. Whose show is this?
Okay. Whose show is this? Well, we've kind of just been saying who's the show. That's funny that we've just been talking about that. Okay.
Smash show. All right, we're ready now. Let's go.
Jennifer Walters, housewife, lawyer, millennial, searching for a way to balance a career and her personal life. Now, when Jennifer Walters grows angry or outraged,
This is like
this has occurred.
the series, the show. The
Yeah, the original.
Oh my god. Oh my.
Preacher is driven.
Wow.
That is exactly.
Yeah.
Online trolls.
There you go. Online trolls.
You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Bruce.
She is provoked into a rampage that has landed her in prison.
Oh.
Only for the raging spirit that dwells within her.
Mm. Wow. Throwback.
Oh, the Savage She-Hulk. Wow. Oh, is that Amelia?
The legal team.
I managed to sound very calm, and I was calling the freaking Hulk himself.
They need to be prosecuted.
How?
We need to discuss your case.
Yeah.
This was a targeted attack.
I was angry, which is how anyone would respond in that situation.
But you're not just anyone.
True.
You are an out-of-control Hulk.
There you go.
What?
What?
Oh, an inhibitor.
You knew straight away what it was.
Yeah, because that's what Bruce has one in the first episode. He's using it to try and stop himself from turning into Hulk.
Oh, speaking of our parents.
Oh yeah, there they are. People, don't worry, baby. People go to prison every day. That's a good mum for you right there. She's not wrong either. It's not good. Sad. Has she lost her job? Was she not allowed to be a lawyer? What?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Back here with us.
Thanks,
Of course.
But my gym stuff is in your room now, and I work out every day. You should join me.
Workout buddies.
That is not what a 30-something woman wants to hear. Move back in with your parents and be gym buddies. But it's a reality, so sometimes it happens. Wow, so she have to give everything up. Go, Dad.
I don't care if there is a drought.
Yeah. Oh, Legally Blonde. She must have liked that movie. Erin Brockovich.
Proper girly, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people can't relate to this character. It's a shame.
Oh, just a sparkling water and a turkey sandwich and chips and guac. And yes, I want to see the rest of those baby pictures, Elaine. Thank you.
She's like, Mum, give me all this food.
Them and we will destroy them by any and all means.
Legally.
I said
By any.
all right, if you want to be on Jen Walters about it. Yeah, that's cool.
She's on smoke.
You know that the picture of the Hulk King, the character, is the same as that frog online. It's meant to look like that, the green guy. She got post-it notes on the TV.
Is she that broke that she has to move out of her own place into her parents?
That's correct. We worked together at the district attorney's office, and we dated for a significant.
No, you didn't, Bukowski.
Before she got those superpowers, I blame her grandmother.
Huh? He blames her grandmother, you know.
Wow.
Blame another woman. Do it. Can you move this stuff for me? Can you pick this up? That must be how a lot of men feel. Ooh, good point.
She-Hulk, Mom. This isn't even a reluctant superhero story. I'm just getting screwed over.
Yeah.
You are?
Is this what you guys want?
No.
I don't, but a lot of guys probably do.
No, we're not doing a narrator. We're not that off the rails.
It's so different.
I love that she calls her cousin Smug Hulk. He said Smart Hulk. She said Smug Hulk.
Well, you said come anytime. This is a time.
Yeah, just go. He said just show up. Yeah, Emil will understand.
Smith Rowe.
Oh, yeah.
It's a mental health break.
Emmy.
We all need our mental health breaks, man. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay, well, that was easy.
Nikki's. Everyone is a friend like Nikki.
It's true.
Hell yeah, I'll be there.
And the person even said, welcome, come to the event, bro. I just assumed it would be a guy.
Bro.
Pop, are you still here?
Yeah, you need Pug. Pug, he needs help. Pug's a
Why
great
can't
guy.
people just watch this without being angry?
Yeah.
Like, just watch it.
Just watch it. Maybe it's the She-Hulk and they're just getting angry. That's the guy who tries to attack her.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Deep haikus.
This is.
He reminds me of Russell Brand, how he... I'm a guru and I'm going to help you with this. Together. Sorry.
Please don't make me.
I'm very intrigued to see what this meeting's going to be like.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Okay, so I need you to get your head in the game, buddy.
He's trying to teach this guy how to be misogynistic when he goes in there.
Hey, guys, she just sucks, okay? And I'm not just saying that because she's a female.
There we go.
If she was a man.
The gathering of the internet trolls.
They knew. They knew the show was going to react like this, so they're bringing characters into it to make you confront it.
Females, am I right?
He's so uncomfortable saying that.
Mother pugger.
Oh no.
This guy. Yeah, it makes sense why he would be there.
Of course you're one of us. Yo, come here, man.
Of course you're one of us.
Guys.
I love this. This group of guys will come together just to hate women.
Yeah, but I wish it didn't. You'd enjoy life so much more. I promise.
Pathetic.
Is She-Hulk better than the Hulk? No. Is she as strong as him? Is she as smart as him? No. She wouldn't even have her powers without him, right? So why do we have to act like she... Superpowers should go to the best person suited for the job, right?
This is like...
This is the stupidest thing I've ever listened to. But this is what people are writing online. This is how people think and rationalize.
It's me all.
I created intelligentsia.
There you go.
Of course he did.
Hulk King.
Private event down there.
Thanks.
Private event.
Yeah.
Kind of miss the chicken blood.
I would like to introduce our very special guest.
Are they in the lodge?
You better cheer. Give it up.
It's gonna be him.
It is. That's the room. That's Emil Blonsky's room. Today is today. That's his
Oh no. So what does this mean?
Either he's the leader of them or he's trying to therapize them without them realizing.
Person seizing their goal. Am I right?
Oh no. He's like a JP. Is that what he is?
You were all unsatisfied with your place in the world. Ask permission.
He's definitely a JP.
Be powerful. Be powerful.
Emil?
You're not supposed to be.
Actually, I don't.
She doesn't know what's going on, does she?
No.
You've been transforming into the.
She's not supposed to, is he?
Sorry that you're upset.
Was there a real apology in?
Yeah, I'm sorry you're upset.
What are you doing here?
We need to get out of here.
You think the sex tape was the worst part? Well, I hired him to seduce you and steal your blood. Oh.
Steal my blood.
My team will also synthesize your blood.
In America, that's an assault. If you take someone's blood, even a doctor can be.
I didn't just get handed superpowers.
Without permission.
I had to earn them.
This is not gonna work.
Oh my god.
We're not actually doing this.
Yeah, I mean, what's gonna happen to this guy?
Oh my gosh.
This can't possibly be where this season was going.
Doesn't she have? She said they said she has a special way of healing, even more than Bruce. Oh no!
Surprise, losers!
Oh!
Come on, Titania too. This isn't messy enough. God, does that bitch ever use the door?
So why is Emil trying to help then?
Because
he's just there life coaching anybody.
Yeah, he's
Bruce.
not.
This is a mess. None of these storylines make any sense. Is this working for you? Hey, what do you think you're doing? He was not gonna stop me.
What?
I'm just gonna break this inhibitor real quick. All right, let's see here.
What?
No.
Okay, they've never done this before.
Marvel assembled. That'll do.
Yeah, go next to Loki. He
Wow.
respects women.
Hold on a second.
Wait, she's gone to another series. Wait, she's on the lot. What?
This is just blowing my mind.
What is this? The Seventh Wall. What is it called when you...
I don't know, but
She-Hulk production team.
What kind of stupid finale is this?
Twist.
A twist? Yeah. Was that from every other superhero story ever?
This is the story that Kevin wants.
Kevin? Feige?
Wow. They're going there. This is different.
No one talks to Kevin.
But it's Kevin as in K.E.V.I.N.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Abbreviation, so.
I'm going to go talk to Kevin.
Disney. Marvel Studios.
She-Hulk.
Is that what they look like? You've got the costumes.
Let me just have you sign our non-disclosure.
NDAs.
Got She-Hulk.
I know someone out there clipped that. They know exactly what it says word for word.
Yeah. So let me get straight. She's not happy with how the show's going, so she's just basically gone to Marvel HQ
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
to sort it out.
Yeah.
This is. Yeah, I see why people don't like it, because it's too much for some people. It's too much.
They're going in on everyone. The writer's room,
Yeah.
everything. They're making fun of Kevin Feige, for God's sake.
It kind of makes people who hate the show look stupid, because she's basically saying, listen, the finale is crazy. Let me speak to the people who are writing it.
I'm always angry. Yes, ADHD warriors, we're always angry. It's true inside.
Hello, Jennifer.
What?
Kevin.
Kevin?
It stands for Knowledge Enhanced Visual Interconnectivity Nexus.
Who won the lottery in Marvel and got to name him?
Why would I expect a giant AI brain and not a man? Wait, so...
Ooh, is that supposed to... What does that mean?
But you must first transform back to Jennifer.
Why?
Why?
You are very expensive.
Oh.
The visual effects team has moved on to another project.
That's also true. We knew that happened.
And it produces near perfect products. Some are better than others, but I leave that debate up to the internet.
Okay.
Oh, haha. I see what you did there. You may proceed.
I saw the She-Hulk comics in the stand.
Cinematic universe is known for its big spectacles.
She about to deconstruct all of Marvel.
Plot lines, but often said that Marvel movies all end the same way.
Wait, who's saying that?
Perhaps this is a result of following some unwritten rule that you have to throw a bunch of plot super suspiciously close to Super Soldier Serum at the audience in the climax.
That's what people are used to.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that.
And that's why it's a struggle for people.
Story, which is that my life fell apart right when I was learning to be both Jen and She-Hulk.
Thank you.
Those are my stakes, Kevin. Well, can we not do Todd gets Hulk powers?
Yeah.
Powers aren't the villain. He is.
Yes.
Erasing blood plot.
Oh, and Bruce swooping down from literal outer space.
We didn't need him.
We didn't need him.
Yeah, because he's on a spaceship.
Explain what he was
No,
doing.
No, we don't need to hear any of that.
Going to introduce.
No one cares.
No.
Save it for the movie.
Oh, would not mind seeing Daredevil again.
Yeah, bring in Matt.
A woman has
Oh,
needs.
look, there's the Daredevil comics behind her as well. Was that Robin?
You are sitting.
What's with all the daddy issues? We got Tony Stark, daddy issues.
Jen.
Thor, daddy issues. Loki, same daddy, same issues.
Oh boy.
That's why people like those characters.
2 daddies, 2 issues.
Jen.
It's true. Star-Lord.
When are we getting the X-Men?
I cannot tell you that.
Ask the questions we need to know.
Well, yeah, that's what Hulks do. We smash things. Bruce smashes buildings, I smash fourth walls and bad endings.
Thank you.
At Murdoch.
Okay.
Go on. Get your D.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, man. Get your D, man.
Should I transform back or
Is it too expensive?
the most budget-friendly way to do this?
She's gonna shrink back down and meet him on her level as a person to person. Matt!
He did a jumping down.
Where'd he come from?
Daredevil.
Why is he so excited for her?
Hi,
Love the new Daredevil suit, by the way, guys. You know, it pays homage to the original comics.
But she also turned to She-Hulk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Against the rules.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, what's going on here? He's meeting the family.
Already? Quick.
Silly.
Oh no.
Dad, come on, Dad.
Why not stay?
Blood, fire. Take your wife away. Bruce.
In a cool, chill outfit.
I've been away on Sakar for a while.
Okay.
I'll tell you that I'd like you all to meet.
You can meet.
This is my son, Scar.
Son?
What? Scar? What?
What?
Wow, you're family.
What? What does that mean?
What is it?
What does that mean? His son.
What kind of haircut did he have? It was like half buzz, half hair.
That is. He looks grown, like he's had a son for a while.
Is that why he was getting people trying to contact him from that planet? Oh, her suit is lovely. Aubergine.
Both. There you go.
Now tell our viewers, who are you wearing to court today?
Yeah. We just look at it and we get on with it. Like, it's nice. Carry on.
There you go.
Okay.
That was it.
Oh, and a little post.
Little post-credit scene coming up. Let's just watch this quickly. No.
This guy in his Crocs.
You took your time.
Emil, my apologies for the delay.
You got sucked into another show, didn't you?
We're really in an era of peak TV. And all the things.
What's the guest policy at Carbotage?
It's
shared fridge.
Kind of all one with everything.
What about Wi-Fi?
Yeah, because Wong offered him asylum in the other suit.
Yeah, true. So there you go.
Wow.
That was it. Wow. All I can say is, like, you know when you're watching it and you're like, I don't even understand what I'm watching.
Yeah, I need to digest that.
Because it's like, I've not seen this before in Marvel. And I'm thinking, have I seen this before in this any show? She's just there stopping and she's talking to me. And I'm going to lie, at one point I'm thinking, I'm uncomfortable with the fact that she stops and she's just talking to me. I'm like, yeah. Because we're used to just watching a movie or series as a full spectator. As a spectator. So the minute you stop what you're doing and you interact with me, it makes me feel like I'm not observing anymore.
No.
And
am I being observed? Am I part of what is this?
And it changes the whole dynamic. It changes. It's changed. I guess my brain and the way I'm interpreting the whole show because of it. So
it's true. When have you ever seen? They brought them up when you go on Disney Plus and you look at the landing screen.
Funny thing. It's the same landing screen that we're watching right now.
Yeah, and we were like,
right now on Disney
happened?
Plus. She appeared in it and she went down and went into the next box. A next tab.
She literally left her series to go into someone else's series to go and talk to the K.E.V.I.N machine.
Yeah,
like
that is different, and that's what I'm saying. Is this show is just doing a lot,
and everybody put themselves in it to be either taking the piss out of or look at the writers' room. Everyone's in the writers who are writing the show have even taken the mick out of them own selves by having that scene. Everyone's kind of that's so interesting. That's just different.
Very, very. I liked it. I liked it because it didn't. I'm not gonna lie to you. When everybody started turning up, the Hulk turned up.
Yeah.
I actually thought to myself, this doesn't feel right. Why is this like this? Why is a Hulk just falling from the sky? Like, why is this person this other guy transforming into the Hulk and a big fight is gonna happen? And I'm like, this is. I didn't actually like what was happening. So to see what she did, yeah, I think that was better.
And it was resolved without a big fight scene, which maybe that feels anticlimactic to a lot of people. But I guess that's the point of this show.
That's the whole point.
Have you not been watching the show? They've been talking about more than one perspective and be able to hold it at the same time. Bruce introduces DBT. It's a type of therapy in the first episode he's trying to get her to hold. It's a message, it's a metaphor for all of you, for everyone watching this show. Just like we got into WandaVision and we were looking at trauma and PTSD, this show has been centered around therapy, regulating your emotions. That's why I likened it. The big green monster, the Hulk, can represent things like ADHD, the rage or the frustration inside you, the feeling of that feeling, how you manage. There's so many ways you can identify with this character. It's about changing the way people think about things, that you can hold two perspectives or more, and it can all be true at the same time.
Polarizing. The world that we're currently living is so, it's so like team based.
Yeah.
Politics is team based. I'm on this side, I'm on that side. You know, football, sports is like that. You're on this, so you can't change. The polarization that we have, it's sickening. It kills us. It kills us. There's no room for middle ground. And because of that, we can't tolerate difference.
Yeah.
We can't tolerate things that are just different. And it's funny that she explained it at the end. You know, all Marvel stuff have the same pattern.
Yeah.
And I do not want this show to have the same pattern. And people hate so it's like people are not seeing what they used to. They're not seeing a big fight scene at the end and all these, because that's what usually happens. And they don't know how to react to it. She said it perfectly. It's a superhero show, but it's not really. It's a
legal comedy.
It's a legal comedy. And that's why I said it's not for me, because I don't like those type. I'm not a biggest fan of those type of shows. If this wasn't a superhero show and it's a normal legal comedy,
yeah, I wouldn't watch it either.
I probably wouldn't watch it. So I already identified that this show isn't really for me, but I'm still able to enjoy it and appreciate what it's trying to do. Is it perfect? No. Like I said, I didn't like everything about it. You know, I didn't like all the fourth wall stuff.
Yeah, I get it.
I didn't always like when she spoke to us. Some of it, I felt it wasn't needed. But it did well to paint her character and paint who she was. We found that we know what sort of person she is. She's very quirky. She's funny.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, she's funny. Like, she's not the most boring person. She's quite interesting human being, the way she speaks to us and how she, you know, we're getting inside her head, and that's something that we don't do with other characters. We don't really get inside other characters' head.
No.
The way they think. We kind of know the way she thinks a little bit.
Yeah.
And we kind of know her a bit more intimately because of the fourth wall.
Yeah. Yeah.
That might be a problem for some.
I get it. And I think actually part of the reason why she's very self-reflective and introspective. And because she's talking to different people and going to the group therapy and going to therapy with her cousin, and they are trying to help us normalize this as well, talking about your feelings. Like, in every space, it was about, do I mask? Do I unmask? Do I show my real self? Do I not? Who is my real self? Where do I land? I'm this and I'm that. You all sitting at home, you're more than one thing. You're more than just your job. You're more than just your thoughts. You're more than just what people told you are. Even us, what we're telling you, like, you are more. And that's the whole thread throughout the whole show, is trying to get us to think differently. That Marvel is moving away from, the action will always be there, but they're trying to tell more stories that become mainstream, that become...
Exactly.
And I know that's a problem sometimes because you're moving away from the niche. I get it. I acknowledge that. But it's okay for us to see something a bit different now.
It's okay for Marvel to have shows for different types of people.
Yeah.
That's one of the main things. It's okay for Marvel to have a show for an 80-year-old woman, a show for a 15-year-old boy, a show for a 7-year-old.
Yeah.
It's okay for them to have different target audiences for their shows. It's absolutely fine.
I mean, it is a...
You know, and not every single Marvel product is for every single Marvel fan. Hence why there's different comics.
Yeah.
If you like Iron Man, you read Iron Man. If you don't like She-Hulk, you don't read She-Hulk.
Yeah.
There's 100 million different characters because there are different people with different tastes, right?
Yeah.
So if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah.
That's fine. Move on. But don't hate on it. Don't hate it, you know, just because. I think the show's done well. I think, you know what's interesting about She-Hulk?
What?
I find it interesting that she's not supposed to be that attractive in a normal state with her curly hair and everything. And she's supposed to be more attractive and more appealing when she's big and green and a bit muscular and she has long, straight hair.
Yeah.
I have a problem with that.
Okay.
But I just find that interesting. And I want to know what you guys think about that.
You've picked up on an important point.
What does it speak to in terms of the way we see beauty? I want to understand, you know, or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's just a show.
I know. I think you're hitting on something. they made a point of it when she was dating, that there were some men that only wanted to date her as She-Hulk. Some men that were like, I like you as Jen, but what she really needs is someone who accepts both parts of her. It's all who she is.
Like, because when Bruce becomes Hulk, he doesn't become more, you wouldn't say he becomes more attractive or anything like that. He just becomes a Hulk.
Yeah.
But with her, they say, listen, she changed. She becomes more attractive when she becomes a Hulk.
That's interesting. You're right.
I find that also very interesting. Why did they do it that way?
Good question.
Why didn't she go from having straight hair to curly hair? You know, like, yeah, that kind of thing. It's very interesting.
Yeah. This whole show, Sirens. This whole show has been very interesting, and just going through it all again today before watching the finale has just illuminated, in terms of the psychological aspect, it's really trying to do a lot for a lot of things. And I know a lot of people have said it's just showing all men are bad and all women are good and female empowerment is good. That's not it at all. If you actually go back over it, it's showing all kinds of people, as I said at the beginning of this video, good and bad. And what is good and bad? People are movable. People move from here to there. At one point, Titania's helping. Another point, she's the villain. At one point, Abomination's the villain. At one point, he's helping. You guys like that. We like it when we see it in other shows, like movies like The Joker and Batman. The nuanced characters, we want to get into that. But it's just a new template for you. You guys are maybe not used to it. You need a bit of time to adjust and amalgamate. Like the first time I watched Patrice O'Neill, you think I was like, what is this guy saying? I watched it again the second time and I was like, this man is hilarious. Because if you actually know Patrice, he broke down stigma and talked about it. And yeah, maybe he was misogynistic, but did it in a funny way and broke it down in a funny way that made it even accessible for women to watch. And that's why I'm like, why, if I can sit as a woman and enjoy and watch Patrice O'Neill, why can those of you out there who find watching women different, why can't you try? Why can't you give it an opportunity? Go back and rewatch it. It's a fun series. And this finale, the way it brought in the old style Hulk.
Oh yeah.
The opening sequence was so nostalgic. It was like literally the beginning sequence of the Hulk. And for me as a kid, Batman as a comic and the Hulk on TV, because it was one of those things that used to be on free TV so you could see it. The Hulk for me was a character I identified with immediately. This angry thing inside, and it comes out, and that people don't like it, but they do in a way. But like, it's such an interesting concept. So even as a little kid, as a girl, if I could watch a man and think, I can identify with that character, that all of you can identify with her. There's something about her that you will identify with, even if you don't want to admit it. And maybe you also identify with some of the not so great characters around.
I like that scene with all the guys saying essentially what a lot of people online are saying.
Yeah.
And when they're saying it out loud and I'm listening, I'm like, this is so stupid.
It sounds so silly.
It's like, why can't we have a show like this? I always ask people who complain that, why can't we have we can have a show about, you know, a man stealing, you know, chocolate, or a show about people going to Africa. We can have different shows and different films about all different things. So why not this?
Yeah.
Why not a show about this? It's like the people who, you know, criticize things like Women King and whatnot, like why are they making a film like this? I'm like, why not? Why not make a movie like this? We make the same movies all the time.
Yeah.
How many Spider-Mans do we need to see? How many Batmans do we need to see over and over again? A new Batman, this time with Robert Pattinson, a remake. A new Spider-Man, a new Superman. Remake. People love that stuff, but when it's being presented with something that's just different and fresh and new, they don't know how to appreciate it.
Yeah.
They don't know how to appreciate it. Like I said, it wasn't perfect.
No, of course not. Definitely not.
I enjoyed it. I'll give it 7.5.
Yeah, I'd give it...
Okay, I would give it a 7. I'd give it a 7.
Yeah, I would give it a 7 as well. And I think for me, the part I didn't like a lot was the end with the Abomination. I don't think he should have been made to go back to prison. I know he was clearly doing something wrong, but changing into Abomination, which is, I guess is why they wrote in that Wong comes and takes him to Kamatage, because it just felt a bit too...
I agree.
Like, just because he's a man and he's effed up doesn't mean you have to hold him to some mad high standard. Like, it's okay.
I don't know if that was the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, you know, you go back to prison.
I get, you're right.
So it's nothing to do with her, like, he was supposed to be in there for a long time, and she fought for him. And one of the conditions was that he doesn't turn into Abomination. So it's right for him to go back in prison, but it, like he said, it didn't feel right because he wasn't doing something overly bad. He wasn't turning into Abomination and beating people up and killing people. He was literally turning into the Abomination and speaking at events. That's what he was doing. So you're right. It did feel the punishment for him was a bit much. So it was good to see that, you know, he can go off with Wong.
Yeah.
And still have his fun, whatever. So yeah, that was cool. Yeah, it was a good series. It did a lot. It spoke to a lot. I can't wait.
Son? What the frick? That's a new character.
It's interesting how she said she wants to end it her way, but we still ended it with madness. The Hulk has a son.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You know what it is about this new generation of all these heroes, She-Hulk and Miss Marvel, and because they're so different, all their origin stories are just different. You know, Iron Man and Captain America and Thor, those sort of guys, male characters, they're all established, and they all follow a similar pattern. But because these characters are so different and the series are so different, if they come together in the Avengers movies,
of course,
it's gonna be wild. I can't wait to see how she interacts with Miss Marvel and the new Anthony Mackie as Captain America, and all the new heroes that we're gonna see.
Speaking of Captain America
and Ironheart and all these things, go on.
Before it changed to become Anthony Mackie, obviously it was the original guy, and she's obsessed with till finding out he's a virgin still, and we noticed that thread too, bringing in America's butt, and they were giving something for everyone. They were like, we're breaking the fourth wall for all of you in every way we can, by throwing in nuggets that everyone said online that clearly the writers and everyone at Marvel's like, this is funny too, let's put it in there, let's see how people react. I'm really curious to see how people react to this, especially the ending, the way they did that. They've never really done that in Marvel before, where they've split it all off, like totally stripped everything back and said, we're going to actually have the characters talk to the crowd talk to K.E.V.I.N.
Kevin. We all thought it was Kevin. I mean, it's supposed to represent, right?
Yeah.
But the way they did it was interesting, especially when she said, I thought you were going to be a man.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, is this trying to say something about who's in control?
Yeah, of course it is. The opening, I'm sure the whole show opens with her talking about power and how you should be responsible with power. Now we're going to rely on algorithms to create potential storylines. That's why you get some weird responses from bots on apps, because it's just some AI that's just made some paragraph and it doesn't make sense. It doesn't put together.
Yeah.
But I hope we don't go too far that way, because we still need human eyes on stories.
Yeah, because
keep that touch.
We do indeed. Anything else we want to talk about? We did speak a lot in the beginning.
Yeah, we spoke a lot, even though we weren't going to, but we're not going to cut it. We're going to leave it.
We're going to leave it.
Yeah, one final thought I had actually was in relation to the scene where Jen gets attacked in the nighttime. One of the guys who ends up going to the retreat and working through his stuff and kind of like apologizing says to her, look at you strutting around with your superpowers. It's a lot of women have had, and men too, have had an experience late at night when people have approached you or catcalled you look at you, you think you're so this, you think you're so that, and it's can be really scary and terrifying. So it was just interesting to see that contrast with her then being like, oh wait, I've got superpowers, wait, I can deal with this.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't have superpowers and they can't actually deal with it in the real world. So that scene, it could have, like, in other shows, they would have made that scene much darker. It would have been like almost traumatic, but everyone around her reacts more worried. Like her dad comes over the next day and he's like, we've got to do something. I want to put alarms up. I want to put cameras up. Like, people are worried.
I don't get, I mean, as a man watching She-Hulk and getting inside her head and watching her journey and her troubles that she has to face and her challenges. As a man, I just want to watch, and I'm fascinated because I know a lot of these things happen anyway, but it's just so interesting just to see another perspective of life. So when other people are watching it and they don't like it, I'm just like, why not? It's about learning as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's about learning. It's good to just see what's out there. You know, because I think this show is reflective of society. Of course it is.
Yeah, they've done well to do it.
A lot of the new Marvel series, you know, Falcon and Winter Soldier, for instance, is still one of my favorites because it's so heavily grounded.
It was such a good
in
show.
PTSD, the R word, you know, troubles with soldiers who, like I've said PTSD already, but trauma was heavily a topic in Falcon and Winter Soldier. All these things, and what it means to be Captain America, and how it, you know, and their legacy, and all these. It was so deep.
America, it means to a black man as well.
Exactly.
And it was so amazing and powerful.
So equally, I want to understand what it'd be like for a woman as a She-Hulk in this society, and I think it showed very well what it'd be like. I believe it. I believe it.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm leaving this series understanding things better, and I don't understand why that can't be a similar experience for everyone else.
You know what? Your reflections have also helped me to articulate that even though I'm watching it and I might be making fun of the sort of intelligentsia characters, I do understand, and we mentioned JP, I do understand that there's a very real sadness and rage and out of placeness that a lot of men in the world feel right now because of the way we're trying to shift sands and change what society looks like. I also can understand that must be scary or terrifying or just difficult to deal with. So I don't hate or, you know, I just think we need to just work together to think differently and also help women. We also have to help men that are in that space come out of it. They need us to support them as allies too. True. So that's what I feel I take away from it as well.
Yeah, I mean, whenever another group has more rights, you know, it always feels that the other group is losing something.
Yeah.
You know, whenever, you know, things become more equal, the other group will always feel like they're losing. You know, women are now making their own money. They don't need you to make money for them. They're doing their own thing, buying their own home. And if anything, what you're seeing now, especially after COVID and lockdown, you're seeing a lot of women, middle-aged women, and we've spoken about this, who are separating from their husbands because they're like, hold on a second, I don't need to put up with this anymore. So we are creating, in this new era, we are creating, I don't say we, I don't know how to say, not we are creating, but there is a creation of a lot of angry men off the back of all of that.
All the changes. And it is happening fast. I do understand and recognize that.
You know, Hollywood is becoming more global. Disney are becoming more global. And rather than, you know, a lot of movies, a lot of TV that come out of Hollywood will, of course, center a white male or a white female. You know? But what we're seeing now is that as Hollywood becomes more global, Disney become more global, they realize that, hold on a second, Caucasians only make up 18 or 15% of the whole population. 75% of the world look like me and you, they're colored. So let's make sure that what we're doing represents the world rather than just a small part of it. And I think a lot of people are struggling with the changing of characters, you know, so it's more accessible.
Yeah.
A lot of people are struggling with the global nature of the film industry that we're now in. And representation that comes with it.
Yeah.
People are struggling with that because they don't feel that they are centered.
Yeah.
In this show, not only is a white woman with curly hair centered, a lot of times she's green.
Yeah.
As well. And yeah, I can understand why that will be a problem for many people. Especially the core people. And I always say this to you, a lot of the core fans of, you know, whether it's Star Wars or Star Trek, a lot of the core fans have a problem with how, you know, with Reva, for instance, in Obi-Wan series, or, you know, a black elf in Lord of the Rings.
And Sonequa in Star Trek.
You're going to have issues with that because the core audience are used to the product looking a certain way.
Yeah.
And now that it's changed, the people who developed the fan base or the fan base that's been developed,
they might feel abandoned.
They feel abandoned. and they can't budge because they're very fixed because of what they've been used to seeing. Years and years and years, you've given them this. You've given them blonde Targaryens, blonde Caucasian Targaryens, and now, you know, we're supposed to see melanated ones. The fan base that you've developed that was attracted to this show are not going to like that.
Yeah.
You know, so you almost need new fans to come in. But yeah, there's a lot of change. There's going to be a lot of change in Hollywood, still continue going forward, and people just need to relax and just go with it. I think I'm not going to cry about it. I think it's for the better. And this show was a good show. It wasn't a perfect show. I enjoyed it as a guy. I understand that perhaps it wasn't written for me. If it wasn't a superhero show and just a legal comedy, I might not have watched it because it's not my type of thing. But I enjoyed how unique and how different it was.
Yeah.
And for me, I want to see something different all the time. I don't want to see the same thing over and over and over and over again. But I understand that even though people say they want to see something different, a lot of us want consistency.
Yes, we seek comfort and
we seek
find
comfort in
it.
Consistency and doing and repetition. We do.
But that doesn't. That's comfort zones are not meant to be sat in forever. You're meant to move out of them. You're meant to stretch yourself. You're meant to challenge your thinking and stuff.
This video is a long video, but I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope, you know, if you stuck around, to the end of the video, I want you to comment below. What should they comment below?
Yeah, we need to give them a word.
What?
Word. If you stuck around, I want you to write featuring Ludacris. My favorite character from Big Mouth, okay?
Yeah, if you stuck around to the end, type in featuring Ludacris, comment featuring Ludacris. If you disagreed with anything, if you guys want to give us some knowledge, if you guys want to add anything, just comment below. You know, we might even do another video on this. Who knows?
Depending on what you say, you might get us thinking, and we might come back and have some more conversation.
Our regular subscribers, and if you're not a regular subscriber, still comment below. We want different opinions. If you hate the show, and we haven't commented, or we haven't, you know, I guess gone over one of the reasons, because I think I covered a lot of reasons why people dislike the show.
Yeah.
But if you dislike the show for a reason that I have not given. Let me know why you still dislike. Let me know why you dislike it. Well, let me know why if you hate it, you feel that passionate about it, that you hate it. Once again, let me know why you hate it. Because I want to learn. I want to understand humans. Because I will say, I don't understand human beings. We're weird. We are.
We're weird and wonderful.
We are weird and wonderful. But yeah.
Definitely challenge us, because I might have bias. I'm watching
We all have bias. I'm
Know,
biased.
okay?
I'm biased. We all have bias. So yeah, that's it, guys.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Smash a like, turn on notifications, subscribe, share this video. We might have 2 parts. We might just chop it up in 2. Who knows? But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and have a blessed week. Have a blessed day. Have a blessed month until we see you again. Peace.